What's up, friends of the thin air? Not the good mood this time, although we're having a great mood, but we're gonna go high with the Paramotor in this video and focusing on drone footage, okay? So we have the Mavic 2 Pro right here that is being controlled by Lucas, my friend right there, and yo, we're focusing in this video on making a great recording of a Paramotor start that I had, done with a drone where it's auto-tracking me. You're gonna see this in a few seconds, and also he's trying to pilot this thing after me and trying to record some good in-air footage for me as well, but it turned out to be much more difficult than you expect, and you'll also get some, you know, some GoPro footage from my helmet later. But let's first, as you see right there, guys, lay out the whole wing and make sure all the lines are, you know, nicely parallel and none of them is crossed, as it shouldn't be. You see we have next to no wind. You see the wind sack there in the back? There is like no wind at all. And this makes the starting very difficult. Zero wind starts are not an easy thing to pull off because you kind of have to run much faster, and you have to apply more pressure to the wing in order to, you know, bring it up correctly. And that's why everybody who does Paramotor starts with a foot start, if you will, doesn't really like the zero wind start so much. It's best if you have a certain amount of wind, like 5-8 kph, or you know, and just even wind coming from the front, and that would be perfect. But yeah, unfortunately I don't have this here. I'm gonna have to make do with what we have. You see I've just warmed up the motor, and yeah, I plugged myself into all the lines, and it's time to get it done right. And you'll see this is an amazing footage of the start. It's better than any human could ever do it, and I'm just gonna shut the heck up right now and let you enjoy this start with great music, guys. And now comes the moment when the Mavic 2 Pro loses me out of sight. You see this here? It lost the tracking. But unfortunately, since the Mavic 2 Pro uses a system built on visual, you know, contrast that in order to follow its target, it also loses its target when the background changes and the contrast of the background or foreground, and, you know, and it will constantly lose you. I've tried this many times. The Mavic 2 actually lost me with blue clothes, as you see right here, in the middle of a green field from above. It lost me, and then it's just hovering uselessly in the air, and that's one thing that I really don't like about it. I feel like it should be using a GPS-based system, or you know, some kind of a range system where you have some kind of beacon like the Skydio 2 has with you, and then it will just use that as an orientation and follow it wherever you want with a certain distance that it keeps that you predefine. And this is what I would really love to see the Mavic 2 Pro do. Unfortunately, it can't do that. It's depending on a visual, you know, system, but it can still record some amazing footage, ladies and gentlemen, as you see right here. And that's kind of the motivation that I had with this video here, not just flying around with my Paramotor, but also trying to give you guys some amazing video content here, stuff that we normally can't do so well, because when do you have Lucas flying in midair having time to record this kind of footage here for me, right? Well, that's something you'll probably only get from a drone. And yeah, and he did a great job piloting this thing, so Lucas, thank you so much, dude. Of course, it's not as easy as it looks, as you said, right? It's probably much harder because it's, you know, it's a third dimension. You have to control this thing and then keep it aimed at something. I don't think it's really easy, and Lucas said it was much harder than he expected. But I think it has some great results, and that really made a fun video right here. And if you do like this video, ladies and gentlemen, then subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. The next video will have a 360 video camera again, where you can probably look around yourself, or maybe this time I'm making fixed camera angles. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what cool stuff we can do with a 360 video camera. There was a video recently in the upper right corner. If you haven't yet seen this, guys, you'll find a video where you have a 360 video camera mounted on my Paramotor, and you can just look around your and define yourself where you want to be looking at, right? So check it out in the upper right corner. It's an amazing video if you ask me, guys, and it's really interesting to see YouTube support this kind of video content, which, you know, I learned for the first time that you can actually do this. So really cool. We're circling above our starting point right here. The whole purpose of this flight was actually to just get some video content with a drone recorded. But as awesome as it would have been for Lucas to get much closer to me with a drone, it's so hard because he never knows what flight maneuvers I do, right? What if he gets closer and I just turn around and fly right into the drone and he can't turn around fast enough? What if that happens, right? So it's not as easy, and it's not quite, it does have also a little bit of its dangers, so that Lucas kept some safety distance right here, and probably rightfully so. But definitely still, you can see that drones can produce one of the most amazing video contents there is, and I will have in the upcoming year a big surprise to you guys coming. So stay tuned on that. A big drone surprise is coming as well, and yeah, so that'll be really, really cool. And as I said, the next video, 360 again, alright? You seem to enjoy this 360 video a lot. Last time the reviews or the comments from you guys were overall really great. Yeah, I really enjoyed reading your comments there. I've responded to almost all of them because I really loved reading through that and see what you guys thought. By the way, this here is already in the winter almost, and it was so cold. You see, I'm not wearing gloves. That's why the flight is so short. My fingers were freezing cold. It's unbelievable. I thought, oh, wait, for these 7, 8 minutes, no problem. I'm just gonna fly without gloves. Yeah, what a great idea, Manni. that was a real stupid idea. Now I'm narrating, here I'm calling out to Lucas, is everything working right? Because he was controlling it and I was flying above it and we didn't have voice comms, so I was asking if everything is fine. And I think if I remember correctly, he said something like the drone is coming back or so, because the battery of the drone was already running low. And that's another thing. These intelligent batteries, I loaded them up to 100%, and then then they were laying for a week or so, maybe 1.5 weeks, and then I used them. Turns out they were down to 60%. They lost 40% of their charge by laying around unused within 1.5 weeks. Is that normal? I don't think that's quite intelligent, isn't it? Well, anyways, we had some more to spare, and here you see the rest of the recording. Unfortunately, the landing, it wasn't possible for the landing, because although I did have another battery, you know, I was coming in with a landing, and he didn't have the battery with him, so I'm doing the landing here with you guys now, yeah, then we're gonna have some nice footage here near the end where we're standing together, and I was asking, hey, did everything work? Was it all cool? How did you do? And how did it feel and all this? You're gonna see all that now. So coming in for the landing here, one last circle before, and boop, there we are. Touchdown! Easy peasy. And then I noticed, wait a minute, the wing is still hovering super nicely above me. So I walked forward a few more extra meters so it doesn't come in over me, maybe even going on top of the hot engine, but actually just, you know, landing safely behind me on the green. That's why I walked a few more meters. I should have done that immediately, and I learned that. I know, Sasha. I know the Flugschule Freeman has told me, right? As so often, sometimes you forget something if you haven't done it as much recently, but I remembered now. I went forward just in time. So yeah, here you see I'm talking to him here, and this is what I love about my car here with this little thing for a wheelchair. This is actually, this platform right there is actually supposed to be for a wheelchair, but it seems to be perfect for my Paramotor. And I can always just walk there and then just whoop, put it up there and just stand there. And I can have a starting launch also. Don't have to go into the knees and just, you know, climb up. I can just, you know, pull it from this platform and also put it back there. Usually it never touches the ground when I go to fly. It just comes from the platform and it goes back onto the platform after the flight. And that's really cool. So yeah, that was it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment also down below and tell me what you think, and have a good one. Bye-bye.